everyone, welcome to Inflow Games. Today we're going to take a look at some of the most beautiful games out there. These games are not only visually stunning but also have amazing gameplay, music, and storylines that will make you fall in love with them. Horizon Forbidden West is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, developed by Guerrilla Games. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is struggling to survive against deadly machines and environmental hazards. One of the biggest draws of Horizon Forbidden West is its beautiful open-world environment. The game takes place in a diverse landscape that includes lush forests, arid deserts, snowy mountains, and underwater environments, all of which are filled with breathtaking vistas and detailed textures. The game's graphics have been significantly improved over the previous installment, with more realistic lighting and weather effects, improved character animations, and highly detailed flora and fauna. However, the sequel also introduces new mechanics, such as swimming, free climbing, and gliding with a hang glider, which allow players to explore the world in new and exciting ways. The game also features new machines to fight, each with unique abilities and weaknesses. Horizon Forbidden West also boasts an engaging story, which follows Aloy as she journeys west to uncover the mysteries of a new frontier. The story promises to explore themes such as environmentalism, tribalism, and the impact of technology on society. The game also features a diverse cast of characters, each with their own motivations and personality. Overall, Horizon Forbidden West looks to be a beautiful and engaging game that builds upon the strengths of the original while introducing new mechanics and features. The game released on February 18, 2022. Now let's take a closer look at Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Developed by Moon Studios, this game is a sequel to the highly acclaimed Ori and the Blind Forest and takes the series to new heights. The game's visuals are simply stunning, with a hand-painted art style that is both gorgeous and highly detailed. Every character, creature, and environment is beautifully rendered, and the game's use of light and color creates a sense of wonder and magic that is truly breathtaking. But the game isn't just about its stunning visuals. It also features fantastic gameplay that is both challenging and rewarding. The game's platforming mechanics are smooth and responsive, and the combat is fast-paced and satisfying. The game also features a number of puzzles that will test your skills and keep you engaged throughout. One of the things that really sets Ori and the Will of the Wisps apart is its emotional story. The game's narrative is filled with heart and soul, and the characters are all well-developed and memorable. The game tells a touching tale of love, loss, and redemption that will tug at your heartstrings and leave you with a deep appreciation for the game's world and its inhabitants. And of course, the game's music is simply gorgeous. The game's score is composed by Gareth Coker and perfectly complements the game's visuals and story, creating an immersive and emotional experience that you won't soon forget. So there you have it. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a truly beautiful game in every sense of the word. If you haven't played it yet, we highly recommend that you give it a try and experience its stunning visuals, fantastic gameplay, and emotional story for yourself. The Last of Us Part 2 is a highly acclaimed action-adventure game developed by Naughty Dog, the studio behind the Uncharted series. The game takes place 5 years after the events of the first game and follows Ellie, a teenage girl who has grown up in a world ravaged by a fungal pandemic that has turned most of humanity into zombies-like creatures called infected. The game's visuals are simply stunning, with highly detailed character models, environments, and animations that make the world feel alive and immersive. The game's use of lighting and weather effects also adds to the realism of the game world. The sound design is also top-notch, with excellent voice acting and a haunting soundtrack that helps to set the mood. Gameplay-wise, The Last of Us Part 2 features a mix of third-person shooting, stealth, and exploration. Players must scavenge for resources such as ammunition and crafting materials while avoiding or taking out the infected and hostile human faction. The game's combat mechanics are highly satisfying, with a variety of weapons and tactics available to the player. One of the most impressive aspects of The Last of Us Part 2 is its storytelling. The game tackles themes such as loss, revenge, and the consequences of violence in a mature and nuanced way. The story is emotionally impactful and features some of the most memorable and well-written characters in recent gaming history. Overall, The Last of Us Part 2 is a visually stunning, emotionally gripping, and engaging game that pushes the boundaries of what video games can achieve in terms of storytelling and immersion. It received numerous awards and critical acclaim upon its release in 2020 and is a must-play for fans of the action-adventure genre. Ghost of Tsushima is an action-adventure game developed by Sucker Punch Productions, the studio behind the infamous series. The game takes place in 13th century Japan during the first Mongol invasion and follows Jin Sakai, a samurai who must become the ghost to save his home of Tsushima Island. One of the standout features of Ghost of Tsushima is its stunning open-world environment, which is inspired by real-world locations in Japan. The game features a diverse landscape that includes lush forests, sprawling fields, and snowy mountains. The game's graphics are simply breathtaking, with highly detailed character models, environments, and lighting effects that make the world feel alive and immersive. Gameplay-wise, Ghost of Tsushima features a mix of third-person combat, stealth, and exploration. Players must use a variety of weapons and tactics, such as swords, bows, and smoke bombs, to defeat enemy soldiers and complete missions. The game's combat mechanics are highly satisfying, with a focus on timing, parrying, and dodging. Another unique aspect of Ghost of Tsushima is the game's Samurai Cinema mode, which allows players to experience the game as if it were a classic samurai film. This mode removes the game's HUD and adds a film grain effect to the graphics, making the game feel even more immersive and cinematic. Overall, Ghost of Tsushima is a visually stunning, engaging game that offers a unique take on the action-adventure genre. Its open-world environment, engaging combat mechanics, and cinematic presentation make it a must-play for fans of the genre and for those who appreciate Japanese culture and history. The game was released in 2020 and received numerous awards and critical acclaim. God of War is an action-adventure game developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game is a soft reboot of the God of War series and follows Kratos, the former Greek god of war, as he travels to the Norse realm of Midgard with his young son Atreus. One of the most striking aspects of God of War is its stunning visuals. The game features highly detailed character models, environments, and lighting effects that create a sense of realism and immersion. The game's camera system is also noteworthy, as it follows the player character seamlessly and never breaks immersion. Gameplay-wise, God of War features a mix of third-person combat, puzzle-solving, and exploration. Players must use a variety of weapons and abilities, such as Kratos' axe and Atreus' bow, to defeat enemies and solve puzzles. The game's combat mechanics are highly satisfying, with a focus on timing, positioning, and combo attacks. One of the unique aspects of God of War is the relationship between Kratos and Atreus. The game explores themes such as parenthood, grief, and redemption, and the relationship between the two characters develops over the course of the game's story. Overall, God of War is a visually stunning, engaging game that offers a fresh take on the action-adventure genre. Its story, characters, and gameplay mechanics make it a must-play for fans of the series and for those who appreciate a well-crafted game with deep themes and high production values. The game was released in 2018 and received numerous awards and critical acclaim. So there you have it. 5 of the most beautiful games out there. Each of these games is a work of art, with stunning visuals, incredible gameplay, and captivating stories. We highly recommend that you give each of these games a try if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.